How's it going, ladies and gents? Big welcome back to the Trinket Shoe Repair channel. As always, I'm Dan. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So today I am very busy in the shop, but I wanted to see if I can squeeze this video in because I think it's going to be a bit of fun. We've got another pair of R.M.Williams boots that have come all the way from Australia again, and we're doing a full restoration, but in such a way I haven't shown you before. We're doing what's called a half sole repair, but the customer wanted a full sole. I'll tell you why we're doing that when we get into the thick of it. But another catch is the customer picked these up from Salvation Army store, or a charity shop for you guys here in the UK, and we're going to pimp them up so they are worth so much more than even the original boots. We're putting on some metal Lulu French tip toe plates. We're gonna do some red stitching using JR leather. It's gonna be exciting. Stick around, see what it's all about. Alright guys, so once again, welcome back. Hope you're doing fantastic. If you see me moving a bit wonky, it's because I had a big tattoo job last night and it's a bit sore. But let me tell you about the job. So we've got these R.M.Williams, you guys all know them, very popular Australian boots, all one-piece uppers, high quality leather, the signature elastic gussets, all that good stuff. What the customer wanted was new elastic gussets and full leather JR soles in what's called the Piroli sole, which is these ones you'll have seen before. I've shown you these in full soles. Unfortunately, they're not available at the minute, as is the case with most JR leather. It's not around at the minute, it's still being made by the new owners. But we do have these Piroli soles in half soles. Of course, the advantage is you get grip of having some rubber studs there. It looks quite cool, but I do have a plan. Realistically, we are going to do a full sole. We're going to replace all of the leather. I'll show you how we do it. And I'm going to finish it in such a way it doesn't really look like a half sole, because that's what the customer was concerned about. He didn't want it to look half solely, were his words. We're also doing the French tips. As I say, I've ripped the heels off in my haste before I started this video because I wanted to get it done. And just to jazz it up, I think we're going to do some coloured stitching, maybe some red stitching on the welt. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, here we go with our R.M.Williams. Now, first thing I do, you guys normally see, is we put the boot on the last and remove the rubber top piece. Like I said, I've already whipped that off, so we're just going to skip that bit. Next thing is to strip the rest of the shoe down. We're going to start with the heel blocks. You know, somebody asked me in the last video, why don't I put a piece of leather in this last to stop it squeaking? Because then I can't spin it around like I like to when I'm working. There she goes. All right, so next step, we just want to loosen the old glue from the leather sole. So we're using the good old jerk off stripper. It's just going to relax all of the old glue. I may need a little bit of this. Just give that a minute to do its thing. All right, then we can get Mr. Cutty knife and just go through all the old stitching and release this sole. So we either try and hammer these old nails out, or if they bend, then we're just going to snip them off and then get all the little bits out in a minute when we sand this portion of the sole off. Okay, so we just sanded through the heel section and that's our sole off. And as I said, we've just got these little remnants and nails we want to get out so that they don't get in the way when we come to put new nails in later. Okay, so here we are. Where are we up to? Everything's stripped off. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take out the old cork and put fresh cork in because we want the customer to have it feel like they're a new pair of shoes, and we need to remove the old stitches. But before that, Annabelle's just turned up, so I'm just going to say hello and have a little snack break. Say hello, Annabelle.
Hello.
That was rubbish.
Oh, okay.
Let's try that again. Say hello, Annabelle.
Hello, Annabelle.
Okay, we are. I'm going to treat myself to a small snack, a bit of Rocky Road. It's like a brick.
I'll throw it at you. Oh, you dropped it on the floor. Oh my, every time you open your mouth it just comes splashing out. I dare you to beat them.
5-second rule.
Oh my god.
Also just had a mysterious delivery. I'm not sure what it is, so let me share it with you guys. Share the excitement. Oh.
Get in the box. Hi, my name's Dan. I'm really professional.
Oh, hi, my name's Dan. Don't try this at home. Oh, it's a piece of furniture for my house. Oh, a little round table thing.
Little round table thing.
It's a lot smaller than I thought. I'm not even going to be able to put anything in these drawers. What am I going to put in there? Like an egg timer? If you put a bit of heat on cork, it loosens it up, makes it easier to get out. So at this point we can just check that all the gemming here is flat, secured and glued to the footbed, which it is. So I'm just going to tap it down. And get some new cork in. Nothing like a brand new fresh pot of cork filler. Yeah. Right, so when we put new cork in, the whole point is it gives us a fresh layer that's going to squash down and mold to the shape of the customer's foot. So if we're doing a, if they're a second-hand pair of shoes with an old customer's footprint in, this is going to sort it out. We do this on every repair, to be honest. All right, now you can carry on talking, gassing away.
The post office man told me to tell you.
Okay, so we've got the shoe all prepared, ready for the sole. So let me tell you how we're going to go about it, because as I say, we don't have the JR Piroli soles in the full soles like they used to, but the customer really wanted it. Was just concerned that it would look half solely, like a half sole repair. So I'll tell you how it would normally look. This is your half sole, and it just goes over the front section of the shoe. So when we're down here, we just have to blend it in, join it. It's perfect as far as the repair goes, but you do see a slight join line, and then we just have to put some decoration, some ink on the waist. So what we're going to do this time, we're doing it as a full sole repair structurally. We're going to get a separate piece of JR leather to be the heel section, then we're going to do a half sole repair onto that. But what I'm going to do is disguise it nicely using some sheeting in the good old Vibram California that I like to use. So normally if you were to make a half sole, we'd blend that in nicely, but I'm going to go from the other way, sort of the opposite, blend it in, and I think it's going to turn out quite nicely when we're done. Of course, stitch everything all as one piece. So we've got our leather section on the rear of the sole. So this is what we'd be working with if we were just doing a half sole. This leather here would be the original leather of the shoe, and we've just removed the front half. So let me show you how we would normally do a leather sole. This is our new half leather, and as you can see, it's squared off there. So what we have to do is find a way to splice these together. Well, not find a way, even know exactly how to do it. We have to angle, taper this section here, and then on the sole, we're going to line up where we want our half sole to go. Just draw a line of where we need to start our splice. So then we're going to sand that, and then we're going to make an opposite angle to the taper we've done on the sole here on the shoe, so that it all ends up as one level piece. So let's get to it. So with this Piroli sole, or any sole that has a pattern, we need to locate the center. So I'm just eyeballing it, just making sure that these dots, these studs, are going to be in the center of the shoe when it's done. Roll it backwards, hold it flat, and then we can see where our half sole is going to splice. So I'm just going to draw a line with my banana pen. Okay, and then start making our splice on the sanding band. All right, so we've done our splice. So you should be able to see that there's just a point now on the end of our leather sole. And if I put it where it's gonna go, you'll see that it's gonna marry up with the other angle we've done on the sole, and it's going to be the same thickness. There's gonna be no bumps in there once it's all put together. So now we've got to get some glue on there and stick it on. Now, just before we do the gluing, my glue pot is empty, so I need to fill it up, and I've got a new product that I want to show you guys. Hard-On. This is a fantastic glue. It's really tough, but it is toxic, so make sure to keep your Hard-On away from children. It does dry extremely firm. You have my guarantee. It's a good product, so remember, if you want a stiff result, use Hard-On. All right, you know what time it is. Time to get our glue on, so let's get sticky. It's always pretty tricky, to be honest, trying to line up these dots. You really just have to eyeball it, because you can't really see the underside of what you're sticking it to. You just have to pray. Just press it on, but let's get these out of the way. These are some other shoe repair orders that have come in. It's always exciting. It's like Christmas. So there we go, it's starting to come together. So essentially we've done our half sole, but we have replaced all of the leather. So what's next? Because there are a few more components to this repair, we've got to get it in the right order. So of course we've got to do the rubber sheeting that's going to hide this join and go across the waist there and under the heel. We're also doing the toe plates. Now what we're doing next is grooving, putting a groove in the leather for the stitches to go in, and the reason we do it now is because we have to do it before we put the toe plate on, but also I want there to be a groove for the stitches to go in once they go through the rubber sole. So first things first, cut the toe out, then put the groove in, then get the sole on, then stitch it up. Okay, so we've got our recess ready for our toe plate to sit in and our groove ready for our stitches to go in. So now we're going to work on the rubber sheeting that's going to cover our graft. So it's just going to sit over there, the nice Vibram California. It's going to sit over there, and then our heel is going to go on top of there. But what I want to do is just put a little curve into it so it's a real nice, perfect graft. just while we've got access to the heel portion of the sole, get some last tacks in to hold that piece on, because the stitches only come just up to here before we get the heel block on and it obstructs access. Alright ladies and gents, now I'm going to throw you a curveball now, because we're going to do TLC now. We're going to change the order of events. Reason being, I said we're doing some red stitches in the top of the welt, and I want to keep that nice and clean, but we need to do some touching up of the black on the uppers, so we're going to do all the black now before we do the red stitching. So it's going to be a pretty simple process. We're using Sapphire products. We're using the 1925 Medal d'Or cream. This is going to hydrate and condition the uppers and put a lot of black pigment back into the uppers. Then we're going to finish off with the Medal d'Or wax just to give it a nice shine so it pops. So these creams are fantastic. If you haven't heard me speak about them already, they're made with shea butter and a whole bunch of premium ingredients. So they're really high quality for bringing uppers back to life. But what I'm going to use today, just to get right down into the welt, something I haven't shown you before, I don't believe, we have these Pomadier brushes, and they're specifically purposed for getting in these jars, especially if they're running low, and then getting right into the creases or any difficult areas that you're trying to get to. Okay, and then just for the rest, I'm going to use my trusty old rag, because I don't fancy getting black fingers today. So just massage it into all the creases and cracks. Going to bring them back to life. And remember guys, if you want to grab any Sapphire products, as always we have them on our online store, tringsugarbears.com. Got the whole range of Sapphire, including these creams, brushes, polishes, whatever you fancy, so check that out. The little trick that you can do with creams is if you let it dry for 60 seconds or a couple of minutes and then buff it off with a horsehair brush, it's a nice quick way to bring up a nice shine.
Alright. I did try calling you back, but you didn't answer.
That's alright.
How's this one? Oh, I see. No, don't touch it.
Alright, so that's just been a minute, and one other thing that I've discovered is, for one reason or another, the Sapphire horsehair brushes seem to bring up a better shine than other brushes. Don't ask me why, but it's something I've got quite accustomed to using now.
Nice.
Red Wing guy's just popped in and he's trying to ruin my video. Aren't you?
Maybe.
Okay, so that's that all tidied up, so we don't need to get any more mess on that now, so we can go ahead and get our stitches in. Okay, so we've got to hammer the stitches flat, but you can see we've got white on the bottom and red on the top. Alright, so where are we up to? There's our sole all stitched on. You can see how the half soling's come out quite nicely. The red stitches on the top of the welt. So now what's next is we need to get our toe plate on, and then we can finish around all the edge, and then we can start thinking about the heel. These toe plates are called French tips. This brand is Lulu, and a question I get all the time, which I think is a bit obvious to be honest, is what is the point of toe plates? So these are metal. Obviously metal lasts a lot longer, it's a lot harder wearing than leather. So if you have trouble wearing your toes out quickly with leather shoes, put a metal toe plate on it, solves that problem. guys, so there's our French tip done, our Lulu toe plate, all polished around, so it's starting to get there. I can show you the other one. I'm almost halfway through the other as well, see what it's starting to look like as a pair. So next, of course, we're going to work on the heel, but before that, quick coffee break. Got myself a coffee. It's a bit of a miserable rainy day today, and I need a bit of pick-me-up to keep me going with these big projects when I'm filming them. It takes quite a while. Actually just got myself a nice bean machine at home. I'm enjoying experimenting in different beans I can put in it for today. Just gone across the road and seen the boys for one of the cafe versions. Also, while I'm working away, I get lost in my work and my brain goes on to ideas. Something I've been thinking of recently and actually spoke to a friend about is, out of all you guys that watch my videos, I do wonder how many, if any, of you guys are famous, you know, real top celebrities. And if so, how fun and how much of an interesting video would it make if we were to repair some celebrities' shoes? So if any of you guys, Tom Cruise, if you're watching, famous people watch YouTube videos too, get in touch, maybe we can fix your shoes. Or if any of you guys know people, friends of friends, it would be such a fantastic idea for a video. Food for thought. Anyway, back to it. All right guys, so let's talk about the heel and what we're going to use and how we're going to do it. So we've got the original heel block to go back on, and for the top piece, we're using these JR leather combo heels. Now, the way I like to approach Chelsea boots, of course we have to heel the nail block on, and what we normally do is glue the heel block on, make it all, finish it up, and then put nails through the inside that go through the footbed and hold the whole thing together. But with Chelsea boots, it's quite tricky to get inside with your hand and put the nails in and hammer it in. So what I like to do is get the heel block on first, and then it's thin enough that we can hammer nails from the outside and they squash down against the last holds and on that way, and then we get our top lift on. So that's how we're going to approach it today.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you. Bye.
She's a whole lot of woman, whole lot of Rosie.
Something we've got to consider if we're doing the heel block this way around, getting it on the shoe first, we need to finish off this inside edge before we get it on the shoe, or else we wouldn't be able to get to it.
But she gives it all she got, weighing in at 19 stone.
Whoop. Stay there. All right, one more time, folks. Let's get sticky. Right, let's heat this up, and then we're on the home stretch. So, back in the cheese toasty. Okay guys, so there's the heel on, it's all finished around the edge. Now what I'm just going to finish off with is a bit of brass detailing, some brass tacks. Customer said he wanted something cool, so I'm going to put a whole bunch of brass tacks all around this and just see what it looks like when we're done. Hiya. How can I help? Okay.
Okay, so that's it. I think that looks pretty cool. Anyway, just before we finish, I'm going to put some shine on the sole, and I'm going to use, if you've been watching this channel for any substantial amount of time, my favourite glow fake. I've had this tin for probably about 12 years and there's hardly any of it left, and they've stopped making it. The story is apparently the factory burned down, and I don't know, maybe they didn't have insurance or something because they're not around anymore, but I save it for special jobs, and you'll see why. It just brings up a nice shine, a very specific shine. I mean, as I say, nice shine, it's not really that much of a more brilliant shine than other stuff, but there's something about it. I just like the way it looks. Just let it dry for a minute and then buff it up on the machine. There we go, can it shine up? Can you see? There's something about it, it's just nice. Anyway, that's it, job done.
Alright guys, so there we go, done. So let's just run through what we've done again. We've done a full sole repair, but using the half sole Pirolis, which is what the customer wanted. The Lulu French tips. I think we've made the waist work with the California sheeting, my favourite. JR combination heels with some brass detailing. Of course, refurbished the uppers and just the red stitching there. Little detail that makes it pop. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I did say we're going to replace the elastic gussets. And we are. I haven't done it yet. Reason being is I want to do 2 separate videos because I didn't want to make this video too long. I'm going to do it now, shoot it. If you want to see that, I'm going to put a link to that video just at the end of this, or maybe just a link just up here. So hop across to that if you want to see the end part of this repair. But as for this video for now, that's it, we're done. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, do hit a like, really helps me with the channel. And remember, if you're famous, don't be shy, reach out to me. Maybe we can do a shoe repair, it'd be a lot of fun. But for all you guys that are new to the channel, please subscribe, really helps me out. I'm doing new content all the time. And if you're a regular, hit the notifications bell so you're kept in the loop every time I upload some new content. And remember, visit our website, tringshoerepairs.com, if you want to talk to us about shoe repair or grab any of our Saphir products. We are an official Saphir retailer for the Medal d'Or and the Beauty de Cure products. So have a look at what we got if you want to keep your shoes looking the bee's knees. But for now, I'm out of here. It's 4 o'clock on Saturday, just finishing up here in the shop. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.